Well, free for all. Don't forget Ezekiel Elliott news coming later in the day. VSiN will have you covered on that for show. So the kids say for show. Bill Krackomberger alongside, also Warren Sharp on the phone. Warren, did you want to add anything about the Monday night matchup that we just talked about between Miami and Carolina, or was there another matchup that you wanted to point out a thing or two about?
Well, the only thing I would say about that matchup on Monday night is, the definite concerns with the Dolphins offense comes when they play really good defenses. And I think Carolina, it remains to be seen. I mean, they've played the 13th overall schedule of opposing offenses, but they do rank 5th best. This appears to be a defense that could be for real, especially with Luke Kuechly in the lineup. There's a couple places that they do struggle, but this is a very good defense. And the two other games where the Dolphins have played top 10 defenses, actually the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints, they went scoreless in both those games. Now, there were extenuating circumstances in both. The game against the Saints was over in London, and the game against the Baltimore Ravens was on Thursday, so a short week to prepare for those. But in both cases, they put up 0 points, and that is a legitimate concern that the Dolphins don't contribute enough offensively in this game. They're not really a high-powered offense, but I'm actually might be leaning to this team for the team that I think could win outright as the large underdog. I know that's one of your next questions.
That is one of my next questions. Let us talk about which is the big favorite in your opinion. Now, we're not holding these guys to these plays, neither Bill nor Warren, but the question is being asked, which of the big favorites in your opinion is the most likely to lose outright? The choices are Seattle tonight, 6-point favorites, maybe even some 6.5s out there now at Arizona. Also on Sunday, double-digit favorites. Pittsburgh, 10-point favorites at Indianapolis. Another big one, Detroit, 11-point favorites, 11.5s out there hosting Cleveland. The Rams, 11.5-point favorites at home against the Tom Savage-led Texans. And then the two primetime games, Sunday and Monday night, both more than a touchdown or more. Actually, now both more than a touchdown. New England at 7.5 at Denver, and Carolina, as we just talked about, -9 hosting the Miami Dolphins on Monday night. Which of those big favorites, in your opinion, Bill, is the most likely to lose outright?
Well, there's a line from Jurassic Park. Jeff Goldblum said, "Nature finds a way. All the females are being bred, no males, but yet nature finds a way." So these dogs, just like in Jurassic Park, these dogs do win outright sometimes. So a Denver can beat a New England. These things happen. So that's it.
There it is. Nature finds a way.
Right.
That's how Jeff Goldblum would deliver.
Right.
Jurassic Park, the great Jeff Goldblum, ladies and gentlemen. Warren, same question. Which is the one you think is the most likely to lose outright? Did you give me an answer on that, by the way?
Yeah.
Denver.
I didn't officially give you an answer, but I was leaning towards thinking the Dolphins, if they're able to be somewhat consistent on offense and don't make the turnovers that they made in London and in Baltimore on Thursday night. This Carolina Panthers offense is not an offense that really blows people out of the water. Most of their games are pretty close, and so if they can keep this game close, you always have a shot. So I think that there's a chance that Miami could keep this game close, and therefore they do have technically a shot to win outright.
So you're saying there's a chance. So one vote for New England, one vote for Carolina on Sunday night and Monday night, respectively. And then the other question, the final one, the bizarro question, if you had a gun to your head, the proverbial gun to your head, and you were forced to bet a side on each and every one of these NFL games in week number 10, but you were allowed one pass, one game where on the side you're like, you know what, that is the most, I have no idea what's going to happen. Which would be your game, Bill?
Probably Jacksonville and the Chargers. Now, it looks like it's an easy spot for Jacksonville, but I tend to stay away from Chargers games. They always, I said it in previous on the show, they always seem to get me in the end. But to go back to that last question for Warren and I, too, we're not betting Denver. We're not betting Miami. That's just something you asked us a question. We're giving some feedback to you and your guest. But this particular game, Jacksonville game, just something seems a little fishy about it. I'm staying away from it.
Don't like that. Well, Warren, same question?
I'd say Cincinnati, Tennessee, because both these teams are just so up and down in terms of performance from one week to the next. I don't really know if Mariota's hamstring is 100% healed. There's just too many question marks for me on both sides of that game to really feel confident about going one way or the other.
God, for me, the Titans are almost the answer to that question every week. I have no handle on that team. Bill Krackomberger, Warren Sharp, thanks again to Evan Silva, also to Todd Wright on the show today. Love Thursdays, all about the NFL right here on A Numbers Game at VSiN. Mitch and Paulie next. If you missed Follow the Money earlier, they're coming back. And check us out on the VSiN app, the best way to watch all of our shows here on the Vegas Stats and Information Network. Enjoy football tonight. Take care.
It's a numbers game, live from the tip of the strip in Las Vegas. Get your fill of numbers even after the show is over by following the crew on Twitter, @BeatingTheBook and @VSINLive.